Hello, extraordinaries, and welcome to the High Performance Consciousness podcast. My name is Matthew Paddy, and again, I will be your host for today's episode. A very interesting topic today, one that is around healing your relationships in order to grow your business, or healing your relationships in order to achieve success in any and all areas of your life. So this may bring up a number of big questions for you, but as we go a little deeper over the next, say, 15 to 20 minutes, I'd really like you to open yourself to new information and create space for new information to come in, new realizations as to what is possible for you and what is possible for your business and life. So let's dive in. This is a topic I have seen play out so many times, not only in my life, but in my clients' lives over the last 25 years doing this work. And that is that when we venture into business, we bring ourselves and our past into business with us. So everything we've learnt about ourselves, everything we've learnt about our environment, our perception or definition of success comes with us into starting a business or growing a business or up-leveling, upscaling, upgrading any area of our life. So we are, as I said in a previous episode, our body is a time machine. So we can enroll our body, train our body to experience a future reality in the now using the quantum syntax of now, this is, here. However, what I've noticed, as I said personally and in my clients over the last couple of decades, is that when we go into business, we often have an idea of ourself as a business person, as an entrepreneur. We have an idea as to what lights us up, flicks our switch, turns us on, who we want to serve, what products we're interested in or services that we want to offer. And yet, seldom do we give ourselves consciously the opportunity to reflect on what is it that we are taking into business with us. We're taking on, the perceptions and the results of our past and deeming what we want to achieve as possible or not possible for us. And unconsciously, we set up obstacles for ourselves along our journey because we have failed, and I use that with parentheses, inverted commas, air quotes, if you like, failed to really observe what it is that we are bringing into business with us at an emotional level. So how we feel about ourselves in business. And quite typically reviewing and observing, are we pursuing perfection? Are we pursuing the pleasure and running away from pain? So when we talk about the topic of relationships, it can be quite a prickly subject because it is deeply embedded in our psychosocial behavior that we see from our parents, our grandparents, society, our peers, that, you can actually have success, but at the expense of relationships, or you can have success, but at the expense of your health. You can have success at the expense of other areas of your life. That is not true. That is just a perspective. That is a belief that you have acquired evidence of and have made real for yourself, and therefore experience that as a reality. So let's dive into a couple of little case studies here on healing your relationships so that you can grow your business. Because, as I said previously, when we go into business, we bring in all of our past. We bring in our identity, who we believe we are, and what we believe we are capable of achieving when we enter into business, or any idea. So the relationships, if you were to look around and say whether you're with a partner, a spouse, whether you're in close partnership with maybe a peer or a group of friends, whether none of that exists for you right now, but you're close to your family. Think about how you feel about your family, how you feel about your peers, how you feel about your spouse or your partner or those that you invest and spend a lot of time with. If you are carrying density, and what I mean by density, you're carrying charge in the body, and your body responds to stimulus. So if someone says something nice to you, then you will respond accordingly. If someone says something negative to you, then you respond according to that as well, based on the experiences you've had in the past. So we carry a level of density around with us. It feels slower, it feels like it's a grind, and it becomes like the skeleton in the closet that we don't want to necessarily look at or observe or bring out into the light for fear of what we may uncover, reveal, and ultimately have to deal with. But first and foremost, it is your responsibility. If you want success, if you want to experience your desires fulfilled, it is your responsibility. Hence, it's all you, baby. It's your responsibility to wire yourself to that future phenomena, that future experience in the now by choosing aligned thoughts, actions, and feelings that place you immediately in the quantum field, in the now moment, in your desired future. So let's say that we have some disagreements going on in our relationships. Then typically there might be some unfulfillment that is occurring in those relationships. There may be, regardless of right or wrong, there is no judgment in this observation. You are carrying the charge of that as debris, as density around in your body. And so as we go into business, we will want to try and overcome that to prove that we are loved and lovable. We want to prove that we are significant. We want to provide certainty and security for ourselves or other people. So we go into the world of business as the best personal development journey that ever existed. So it's literally like the hero's journey. We are leaving the village and setting out on our path in order to experience a new reality and in order to find ourselves, to rediscover our true self, our true potential. So our true potential is locked and baked into any wounds that we have, any unresolved issues. And because relationships really are the underpinning foundation of our being, because love drives lots of behavior. It drives the good behavior and it also drives the seemingly bad behavior. So judgment aside, when we observe things, then we can start to say, can I resolve the density? Can I clear the trapped energy and the negative charge in my body, the negative perspective, the negative behavior, the negative thoughts, beliefs, and feelings I have towards another person or another situation, another event, another group of people? Can I clear and heal these so that I can liberate the energy that was once trapped in my body and keeping me bound to an old set of beliefs? Can I have it brought to light, cleared and healed, so that now this energy is liberated for me to create, use as a creative force, beautiful, divine creative energy to move forward with and to experience the results that I desire in my life and business? The answer is yes, you can. Are you brave enough, courageous enough to look at these areas of your life? I'm encouraging you to be brave and courageous because, like I said, of all the years I've been doing this, when we work on the self and we're not looking for perfection, we're looking for evolution, evolving who we are, evolving so we move from the animalistic nature of the amygdala, the fight, flight, flee, or fornicate responses that want to keep us safe and significant in a survival state. When we can ascend from the animalistic nature and move into the angelic, true divine, true potential nature of our being, of our true self, then we can experience untold, infinite, limitless potentials right now. We can do that. So let's say, as an example, that you are in business and you are feeling either guilt or shame in a relationship, that you're not there for the kids, or you're not there for your partner, or you're not there for the results, or the results haven't been there. So you go into business every single day, or you're wanting to start a business carrying this weight, carrying this density, that I need to overcome this problem in order to prove that I am worthy, in order to prove and validate that I am lovable and that I am, able to be loved. So when you look at your relationships, they are teaching you. Every relationship teaches you, because the body, how you react and respond to relationships, the words, deeds, and actions of other people, specifically resonates with you. So it's your response or reaction to them, not theirs. So you are the instrument. You are the interface into reality. So everyone outside of you are teachers. So when you can heal the wounds in your relationships, and it may not be with the person that you're with right now, or the peer group, or your family, it may be have carried with you, or been carried with you for quite a while, that you can now relate to the signs and signals that are appearing when you feel charged, when you feel like you've got this uprise of reactivity that's occurring in your being, in your physical body. So look at your relationships, and in order to go forward, it might seem that you need to go backwards. But I don't want to look at my relationships, Matthew. That's not something I signed up for. I want success. I want to prove myself in the world of business. I want to serve and impact an ever-growing number of people on the planet. Excellent. Cool. You're in the right place. However, unless you look at your world, the out-picturing, the playing out of your internal conversations in your external world through your relationships, your finances, your health, your vocation, your spirituality, you will feel like you're missing many pieces of the giant jigsaw puzzle, and that's your jigsaw puzzle. So if you have unresolved issues with a spouse or an ex-partner or family members, then I encourage you, using courage and bravery, to look at those things. And what are they teaching you? What did they teach you? Did they kick you out of the nest early so that you, as the gift, as the teacher, could go into the world and fulfill your purpose? Or was there a perceived resentment there that they're not feeling significant in your world? They're not receiving the attention and the energy and the love that they're saying that they need in order to feel fulfilled. Well, you can start to look at that and find balance. So balance, really reduced, is equilibrium, that there is no right or wrong. There is just experiences. And so this is where it comes to alignment. So those people that observe the world negatively are aligning with that, the energetic traits and the energetic signature of those experiences. Countering to that, those people that see themselves and the world and others through the eyes of positive emotions will bend reality around that construct, will bend themselves, their physical nature, their electromagnetic signature around producing more of those results, because the field, the quantum field, the unified field, the field of infinite intelligence, responds accordingly to your electromagnetic signature, your EMS, okay? Or you could reduce it to SOB, state of being. Not son of a bitch, state of being, okay? So heal your relationships and find resolve in the relationships so that you can free up any perceived guilt or shame of where you haven't shown up, where you haven't delivered, where you may have, through your own lens, your own belief system, felt that you've done wrong or had wrong done by you. So this is an entire course in 20 minutes. So we can only dive into it at a certain level, but really, like I said at the beginning of this episode, it's to bring things to the surface so that you can observe them and you can increase your awareness to understand that success is not a linear path. It feels wobbly at times. It will be like this curvy, wavy line that moves from the left side of the page, hopefully on an ascending manner to the right-hand side of the page. However, looking at your world, where you carry the greatest negative charge, where you experience the greatest density, whichever area of your life, it holds the key. It's the golden key to fulfillment. Because whilst you are observing the negatives and you're trying to run towards pleasure or run away from pain in some of these other areas, you are secretly, through disguising them as opportunities, to run towards pleasure instead, you are seeing them, you're placing them in the closet, and you're seeing them as putting them in the too hard basket. But I can unequivocally state that this works every single time. And I've seen clients move the needle on their finances, move the needle on their fulfillment, move the needle on their business growth, move the needle on their wealth, their relationships, their health, by focusing and giving attention to resolving the debris and the density and the charge, the negative charges in their relationships. So does that mean that you need to go and have counseling? Does that mean that you need to all sit around building and making daisy chains, singing Kumbaya? Well, that's up to you. However, your role is not to enroll other people in your future. Your role is to enroll yourself, your state of being, into the potential of your new future existing, which means that the more that you release the density and the charge of judgment, of fear, of shame, of guilt, of pain and resentment, then you are freeing up that energy. You are freeing up, as I said earlier, you're freeing up that energy that was once trapped in the body, trapped in your field of energy, trapped in your consciousness. You're now liberating that, and you're freeing that so that it is now available and able to be used as a creative force, a creative potential to create your new preferred reality. All right? So essentially, observe the premise that your relationships hold the key to your success. And as one of my friends have said, relationships are rocket ships. So clear relationships. It doesn't take two or three, as my parents taught me and their parents taught them, it takes two to tango. It takes you, just you. And this is, where a big set of kahunas starts to come in, and you sort of think, I need to wear the mantle of responsibility for the self, because no one else is going to do it for me. No one's going to show up and give me permission to do this. It is me. If I desire a new future, an upgraded, preferred reality, I must wear the mantle of responsibility, and I must attend to my metaphorical garden, and I must attend to the people in my garden, in my sphere of influence, in my reality. And in doing so, you will clear the shame and guilt. You will start to clear these old, outdated models that business is a solitary or a lonely path, or that you are pursuing greatness and pursuing significance, pursuing the call for love because you didn't get it from your relationships. It's always been there. It's always been there. It was maybe just masked or occluded or guised in a different, draped in different clothes at the time. But there was always the signs there to help you move forward, to help you evolve as an entrepreneur, and to help you ascend from the animalistic nature, which is bound and critical for survival, to ascend into this angelic nature, which is that you are no longer polarizing everything as good, bad, right or wrong, left, right, black or white, whatever it may be. You are now unifying things and bringing things into equilibrium. Equilibrium is a state of observation and a state of awareness that says, well, I can observe both sides of perspective. And as I mentioned in a previous episode, talking about the syntax of quantum, it's now, it's and, it's inclusive, it's unifying. I can resolve and heal my wounds in my relationships and be successful. rather than the third dimensional mentality is I need to be successful so that I can heal my relationships. Essentially, you're saying I can only have success or relationships. I can't have both. So I'll leave that with you to think about, to navel gaze and conceptualize. Any questions or comments, I openly welcome you to write them down. Other than that, I hope this has sparked some new thoughts and some new ideas on what is possible for you. So from me here to wherever you are in the world, remember, it's all you, baby. See you in the field.